Yes, people, what are we saying? I hope everyone's good. We are back with another one, and as you've probably seen by the title of the video, today we're going to be doing another script unboxing. This is two different items, both coming in at just over 80 quid. So, you know, I'm not going to be expecting world class, but I think, to be honest with you, they're both actually gamma irradiated as well, which is something I normally steer away from. But I've gone for it with these. I want to try them out. I've heard a good few things to be said about both of them, to be honest with you. I've heard mixed things, to be honest, but you always do, and you can't really go with someone else's opinion. So if you're going out there and you're spending just over 80 quid for the two, I'm not going to be too mad if they're both coming through and they're like mids. I mean, I'm not going to be over the moon, but I'm not going to be annoyed about it. Whereas if I've gone and spent 80 quid and it's coming through like mids or a wanna, then I'd be fuming. So yeah, we'll go straight into it. It's in a box. Big up Medicated for that. Yeah, I actually ordered 3 different strains. But one of them went out of stock just as I paid for it. It was the Pave 34 by Good Supply Reserve. So what they said to me is, we're going to swap it for another one. I've gone for the Frosted Jack, which is a little bit more expensive than the 50 quid I paid for the Good Supply Reserve. But they were fine with that. They said it's cool, but it's going to get sent out next week. So we'll do that in a separate video. I just wanted to go through this one quickly as it's arrived. Yeah, if you can hear the dog snoring in the background, that's what the noise is, but it's just arrived. I wanted to do it, go through, show you guys my initial thoughts. As always, I'm just some random geezer on the internet hitting record on his phone, so don't take anything I'm saying as advice, whether that be medical, legal, or anything otherwise. I'm just some random guy that, you know, don't take it to any extremes of it. If you need to go and get some help, speak to a professional, speak to a doctor, whatever it may be. I just want to document my experience with this, you know, what I've got, what I've paid. It's not even going to be a full review, as most of you already know. If you want to find out what I think of it after I've tried it and, you know, used it for multiple, you know, occasions over the time, go and jump in the streams 3 times a week. We'll be in there. You can ask me questions, but you can also ask the community. There's a fantastic community that's been building over this last 10, 11 months now, which is insane. And a lot of these people have tried so many more medicals, so it's nice to actually speak to loads of people and see the differences between people's opinions, and you start to realise, yeah, it's so subjective. It is so subjective. But yeah, we've got 2 in here, so we'll get them straight out. We have got the, what did we go for? The Hala Alien Mints, which was £4.20 a G. Big up the 420 crew. So what a number to pick. Okay, and I'm rating that. They've sent it in a box, and this is at a £4.20 a G. So people who are saying, you know, these, you're paying more for packaging than some of these other ones. All right, I get it's not going to be in a glass jar inside of this, but you know what I'm saying, like, right? So this has come in a box, and then inside the box is the bag. Yeah, just your standard, like you'd normally get your bag of flour. Interestingly, as much as I rate it, I kind of don't at the same time. It protects the product. That's great. That's fantastic, in fact. It protects the product. But they've stuck my prescription label to the box, which I'm not going to be carrying the box around with me everywhere, and now I'm going to have to. So that's not going to easily fit in you know, like a bag, whereas that is in some of these bags that you put, you know, your vape and your grinder and your little bits and bobs, that's not going to fit in quite as easy as this is. So yeah, but this is the Hala Alien Mints, 24%. £42. So for 10G, 42 quid, you really can't go too wrong, I don't think. We'll see. Maybe you can. I have had stuff that's been absolutely terrible at this price range, and I've had stuff that's been brilliant as well. The same with all the price ranges. We've been through this before. You know, I'm not about to sit here breaking the bank spending crazy dough on flour. It's just not for me. Some people do, and that's fine. That is absolutely fine. I used to do that. I'm sick of doing that, and I'm certainly not going to be doing that now I'm on medical. But yeah, straight off the bat, the cross of this, it's a bit unknown. It's going to have some alien technology in there. It's going to have some Girl Scout cookies in there, if it's what they're saying it is. But some are saying it's Alien OG cross Girl Scout cookies. Some are saying it's Alien Dog cross Kush Mints, I think it is. I can't remember off the top of my head now, but yeah, there's a few different potential crosses. But when you look back through the lineage of most of those strains, you've got a lot of similarities with the alien technology, the Girl Scout cookies. So I'm expecting some sort of Alien OG, Mac, sort of citrusy, piney type of vibe, bit of earthiness in there as well, maybe a bit of gas. That's kind of what I'm expecting of that. I do think this is really cool, by the way. I'm not knocking this box. I think this is sick, but the fact that the prescription label's on the outside of it is just a little bit annoying. We'll have a look at that in a second. That's the first one, and the second one is this is the second thing that I've had from Tilray now. This is or Redecan, but it's owned by Tilray. Technically, I guess it's the third because I had the Good Supply Reserve as well, which was also owned by Tilray. But this is advertised as a Tilray product, and then it comes in Redecan packaging. This is the Frosted Cherry Cake. So this one is coming in at 25%, and I believe, again, there's no information about this on Medbud or anything like that, but I believe that the cross is cherry cheesecake and ice cream cake. So it has a potential, if the genetics are there, to be a nice bit of flour. But it depends what's been done to it. It depends on the journey it's been through. We all know this. Like I say, I'm just going to crack them open, give you my initial thoughts, and see what we think. But like I say, 81.5 quid, mate. 81.50 for 20 Gs. Come on. Unless it's coming through, like, you know, cellar weed or North Macedonian pondweed, John Beck. Big up Mr. John Beck. But yeah, unless it's coming through like something absolute dog water, then I'm not going to be too mad. Which one should we go for first? I think we'll go for the Frosted Cherry Cake. I thought this was Frosted Cherry Cookies for some reason, but it's actually Frosted Cherry Cake. So let's go straight in. Oh, and also just big up to Medicated for prescription bag. Inside here, you've got your little leaflet about, you know, cannabis-based medicines, what to look for in side effects and things like that. And you've got your actual physical prescription copy, which I proper do rate this. Like, I didn't get this with CB1. Maybe they've changed it now, but yeah, in a box, in a prescription bag, with some information and with your actual physical prescription. You can't go wrong. Like I said, delivered to your door. I think the postage on top or the handling fee, whatever it is, was $4.99. The 81.5 quid, that's just for the two bits themselves. Do you know what I mean? So, but yeah, 39.50, 42 quid. Obviously, this is priced for a reason at 4.20 a G. Like, they could easily have gone for the £4 a G, but a lot of people are going to be like, yeah, 4.20. Yeah, man, I'm here for it. I'm not bothered on the extra 20p. That's fine. But let's go in for this Frosted Cherry Cake. Let's see what we think. Okay, it's nice and sealed. Yeah, nothing. The last pack, if you noticed when I opened it and I took the lid off, this was one of the Redecan ones, I could smell it through. It turns out when I looked in it, anyone who was on the stream will have seen, there was a couple of bits where the glue hadn't caught, so the seal wasn't fully sealed, so it must have been off-gassing the whole time, and that's why I could smell it, like, slightly through there. But yeah, nothing here this time. Absolutely nothing, fully sealed. Let's go straight in. Right, straight away, I mean, I can smell it from here. We're getting a bit of the cakiness, a bit of gas coming through. I don't really say much on the cherry front. Some big nugs. Trim's okay, just like the Beach Crasher. It's. Oh, actually, they're looking half decent. Some of them. The trim's maybe a little bit better than the Beach Crasher. Again, I'm not knocking at £39.50. There ain't too much bad you can say. There's not much stick to it at all. I'm not gonna lie. Like, maybe slightly stuck to my finger a bit then. The cherry's coming through a little bit. It's coming through a little bit. It's definitely not, you know, completely terpless. And it's definitely not the stinkiest in the world. But it's got something there. It's reminding me of the Beach Crasher in many ways. But there's like that little, yeah, I think it is the cherry. There's a bit of a cherry coming through. Reminds me of that, the cherry from that black cherry punch and the sour cherry punch, that sort of vibe. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. The colours in it are looking nice. It's a nice light green. The trim just could be that little bit better, but I'm not arsed at that price. Like, I'm really not bothered. Wow, yeah, £39.50, mate. Many people will struggle to get that on the street for that price at that quality, and I think that's worth noting. The only thing I'd say is this is definitely over dry. One, because of the lack of stickiness. The Beach Crasher didn't have this issue. There's trichomes all over the pot, like all over the pot, which that's what I initially seen when I opened it up, was just, oh, fuck, you know, trichomes all over the pot. People blame the pots for this, but it's not the pot's fault, really. It's the flour that's got in there. If it's that fresh, it's not going to happen. But even if it's getting knocked out, you might get a bit of, you know, heads breaking off. But most of it's just because the flour's that dry. Like I've had stuff that's come in these pots that's been super fresh. I say super fresh, way more fresh than this, and barely any heads have fell off it the entire time. And then you pick up a nug and it sticks to your fingers. Like my fingers are not sticky in the slightest after squeezing various nugs of this. Let's give it another one. That bigger one, still nothing. So it's a tad on the dry side, but it has got a smell to it. Yeah, the cakiness is coming through with the cherry. Yeah, not too mad about that. I don't know, out of the two off the top of my head, just from looking at it, the Beach Crasher is the one that I would choose, but I've not tried it out, and I feel like the effects on this, for me, any of these cherry crosses normally have a nice evening time effect. And let's face it, people, that's the main thing we're here for, is the effects. Like smell and taste one thing, and it kind of tells you how fresh the quality, how fresh the flower is, how good of a quality it's been, how well it's been looked after and stuff like that. But ultimately, we're here for the effects. And I'm not sure which is going to be better, either this or the Beach Crasher, but the Beach Crasher's been having good effects. Yeah, it is coming through. It is coming through. Right, so that's that one off the bat. And now we've got the Hala. I don't know if I'm saying it right. Hala. It's coming in a box, it's so mad. Hala Alien Mints. I'm really hoping it's going to be the Alien OG leaning side of things, because it's one of my favourite strains ever, Alien OG. So I'm hoping it's going to come through. Again, both gamma irradiated. You'd think it's going to be stupidly muted. That wasn't. Yeah, the stuff I've had that's non-irradiated, yeah, there's been so much more muted than that. Just go through a couple of the videos where I'm unboxing the strains, or unbagging it when it was going through in bags. And the stuff that I've paid 60 quid for, which is 50% increase on the price of this, that's non-irradiated, that's terpless. And even Hydrostones weren't saving it. So, yeah, it's... Ooh! I tell you what, mate, that's looking gorgeous. Again, the trim could have been done a bit better. There's a fair couple of little leaves, but wow, is it looking nice. Wow, it's thrown me on the smell. You've got that piney citrusiness, but there's quite a few big leaves missed there. But again, 42 quid, come on. There's definitely a smell to it. There's something going on there that I'm not quite sure what I'm smelling. Wow, it's a nice looking flower. It is covered in trichome heads. So is the pack. That's the only thing. Moisture level, dry. Let's squeeze a nog. Yeah, no stick whatsoever. Proper nice smell to it though. It's almost got like I don't know how to describe that. Almost like a saltiness to it. I don't know exactly how to put it. This is not a strain I've had before, like I say. Alien mints, but I've had many alien crosses and they're one of my favourites, and it has got that coming on, but there's something else as well. Yeah, I wouldn't say minty though, in the slightest. I wouldn't say minty. Maybe it'll come through different on the vape. But yeah, the trim is okay. Like I say, fair few extra leaves and stuff kind of spilling out or folded over on nugs. Nug size, we've got some decent sized nugs, nice and dense. They look gorgeous as well, like they genuinely do. It looks proper nice. To say that's been gamma treated, you know what I mean? It shows you it's not all just about, like, obviously you get a top quality flower, you treat it with gamma radiation, you're gonna cause some degradation. Is that the right word? Degradation? That sounds a bit posh for me. But yeah, you're gonna cause some issues where stuff's gonna degrade slightly in quality. But that's the thing, is some of the ones that are not doing any irradiation, the product's just not there to begin with, or maybe it was and it's just that old, I don't know. But this has got, it's a woodiness to it. There's a woodiness coming through. It's definitely got that alien terp. That's what I would normally call it, the alien terp. You know, you've got that citrus, piney, sort of earthy, gassy, creamy, that blend all in one. But then there's a bit of a woodiness coming through on top of it. Mad. I'm really excited to try this one though. I think they had it listed. I can't remember. I can't remember which way they had it listed, you know, in terms of hybrid or whatever, but I noticed something interesting that Redecan said on their little blurb. So that's the people who made this one. They basically stated in their bio about the company that although a lot of conversations stem from indica, sativa, or hybrid, they understand that pretty much every modern strain is a hybrid now. And I think that's something we all need to remember, right? Whether it says indica hybrid, sativa hybrid, whatever it is, don't pay too much attention to that. That's the way the plant grows. That's the way that the leaves are, the structure, the height. It's way more to do with that than it is to do with how it's going to make you feel, especially with all the modern hybridization that's been done. So you more need to be looking into the terpenes, what the terpene profiles are, maybe what the genetics are, depending if they're, you know, correct to the genetics. But so far, this is definitely coming through with mostly what I was expecting. Like I say, that extra woodiness is mad though. But yeah, I'm excited to give these a try. It looks gorgeous, mate. It really does. Yeah, it's reminding me of the Plantation Ceres. Oh, what was it I got now? Cap Junkie. Cap Junkie, which has got similar genetic lines. But there's something extra in this. And that Cap Junkie, I think, was coming in at 85 or 90, and I managed to get it for 55 reduced. This was 42. I would choose this over that. By looking at it and smelling it anyway. If I'm looking for that type of strain, I would definitely choose this. Yeah, proper surprised by this one. I hope it comes through. Like I say, there is definitely some of the trim could have been done better. I'm not saying it's the best flower in the world, but as I said at the beginning, I didn't get these expecting, right, I'm going to be getting some 1010s. I got these expecting, right, let's see what we can get for 81.5 quid. On Legacy, depends who you know at where you're getting for that, but 20 G's of this quality, I'm actually happy with. I'm preferring off the look this one and the smell, to be honest with you. I'm preferring this one. Yeah, definitely preferring the look and the smell of this one. The box thing with the label on the outside, we could have done without that, but yeah, it's cool that they've done it in that because it protects it, I suppose. This one, yeah, the gassiness is coming through. Bit more in here now. There's a bit of gassiness coming through. Yeah, man. You know what? Like I said at the beginning, and like I just said then, I cannot complain for £81.5, 20 G's. I'm going to go away, give them a go. I'll be on the stream on Sunday if you're about, or Wednesday, Friday, whenever it is. If you're there, you can see what I think of it then. I'm going to go and put it through the Lotus because the flavour on that is unreal, and I think it'll properly bring out whatever's in here. But yeah, man, like I say, 81.5 quid, 20 G's. Is there much you can moan about that? I don't think there is, but I'm actually happy with these. Yeah, that's it, people. There's not too much more I can say. I need to go away, give them a try, and go from there. I will see you all in the next one. I appreciate you for being here. Massive shout out to all the channel members. Massive shout out to everyone who likes, comments, subscribes, shares, gets involved, shows the love, shows the support. I appreciate you all massively. You're absolute legends. And yeah, well, catch you on the next one, and we'll see what we think. Take it easy, people. Peace.